Hello everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. This is just going to be a short review of the Staple-less stapler from Kokuyo. I purchased this from Scribe Writing Essentials for 590 pesos. This one here on the label says that it can staple up to 10 sheets of paper all at once. And at the back of the packaging, there are instructions in Japanese and also in the form of diagrams. And the papers that you staple with the staple-less stapler are staple-less, of course, and you can also throw it straight into the shredder. And you can staple memos and documents and tickets, and you can even seal a paper bag closed. And the way that it works, it creates a little flap that then goes into a slit that is created, and these are the exact measurements for all those, for the tiny flap, for the slit that the flap goes into, and the height of the cutouts. If you're interested to know about these things, it's right there on the back of the packaging. Now let us take this apart. And I got this in a black color from Scribe Writing Essentials. It comes in many different colors, but I chose this because this is the most neutral. And it was a pretty smooth lever to operate. I tried to test it out. There's a Kokuyo branding at the front, and I did double check the packaging, and then I realized that I was holding it wrong. I should hold it with the lever side down so that the clear window is facing me, and the clear window shows the cutouts on the metal plate that actually cuts through the paper. So I think it's kind of cool that they put a clear window on there, and you can even take out the plastic window if you want your view to be clearer. And there is a Harinacs branding on the side of the stapler. Now we are just going to take this very old set of scrap paper. These are just some equations that I did when I was helping out my son with one of his homeworks. So those are 3 sheets, and let's just try this out with 3 different sheets. There is a stopper in the stapler that allows it to be positioned at exactly that place. And as you can see, the cutouts are not very smooth. The edges are jagged, but it did create a small flap that was inserted in a slit that was also created by the same stapler in one movement. So I tried it again, and still the cutouts are not very clean. I didn't really like it. So I am just looking through everything, trying to flatten it out, and it's secure enough, but I wonder how people are going to take apart pieces of paper that they have already stapled. Now I'm just doubling up on that same piece of scrap paper. I made it 6 sheets, and then I did the same thing. I stapled it. It was a smooth operation, but the edges are still jagged. And as you can see, the piece that inserts itself into the slit is raised. It's not flat, and I had to manually depress the slit, and then the little top piece of the flap that goes in it, in order to flatten everything down. If I didn't do that, everything would be raised and it looked kind of ugly. Now let us try 10 sheets of paper. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I hope this works well. And I'm really kind of sad that the edges are not fine, but let's see. Now this feels a little bit different, because when I was inserting 10 sheets of paper into the stapler, it has a little bit of resistance, because as you can see, inside the part of the stapler where you insert the pieces of paper, there are certain raised areas on there that sort of just grip the paper and lock them into place. So there is a little bit of resistance, but that's okay. I was able to insert all of the sheets of paper without a problem. And the edges are still jagged, and I was really disappointed. And the flap that is supposed to be flat is still raised, and then I had to manually flatten the whole thing using my fingernail. And then I had to continuously press down on the stapled part so that it will be flat. But it is secure, I have to give it that. It is a securely stapled, air quotes, set of papers, but I do wonder if you can take apart the papers that you have already stapled with it, because it doesn't say in the packaging how to take it apart. So I tried to take it apart, and it was not easy because I have already flattened the flaps, so I had a hard time trying to take it apart, and I just knew that I am going to end up damaging everything. It was not difficult, probably because it is not made to be done this way. So I just tried to take apart the entire thing by pulling off sheets from the stack one by one, and it kind of worked, but I didn't really like the look of the jagged edges, and I did like that I had to flatten everything down manually. So I had to do that again this time. And it is as secure as before, but I simply just tore apart all of the pieces of paper. Because I was a little annoyed. So now here are two pieces of paper. Let's see if it punches in a better way. And it is flatter. It's much flatter, but the edges are still rough. And I really, really don't like that. I'm not sure if I got an item that had a cutting plate that was already dull, but this is brand new. This is supposed to be very, very sharp. All in all, I do not really like it. Here I am trying to give it one last chance, but still the edges are jagged and the end result is not flat. So it would be very, very convenient instead of just the traditional stapler in which you just staple and then go. With this one, you have to do that thing, and then you have to look at the paper again and see the parts that you have to flatten down, and then you have to flatten them down. So I think this is pretty useful for things that for sheets of paper that you don't care how they look and you're not going to take them apart again. It's a useful tool to have, but I don't really see this actually replacing a stapler. So this is my review of the Harinacs stapleless stapler from Kokuyo. I hope I was able to give you some useful tips in case you're looking to purchase this product. If you have any questions, just post a comment down below, or if you've had a better experience with this particular stapler, let me know. Or if you recommend, if you have a stapleless stapler of a different brand that you can recommend to me, comment down below so I can check them out, because I really would like an actual stapleless stapler that will be truly useful, not like this one. So thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you again on the next video. Bye!